What is going on, guys? Randall Thor 19, the man with the million, back again with another video. This is gonna be my review for Injustice 2. I've put about 11 hours into the game now. I've completed the story full time. I'm actually working on doing it twice. I played some online, got my ass kicked, tried some ranked games, got my ass kicked, did a bunch of the multiverse stuff, played with not all the characters, but a good, majority of them, so I'm ready to talk about Injustice 2, what I like about the game, what I didn't like about it. First and foremost, I am not a fighting game person, so if you're looking for a comprehensive analysis of the fighting systems in this game, you come to the wrong guy. I am what you would probably describe as a casual, very, very casual fighting game fan. I don't necessarily mash buttons, I try to do the combos and stuff, but I am not good at fighting games. And the reason I'm playing this game is because I like NetherRealm Studios. This is developed by NetherRealm Studios, published by Warner Brothers Interactive. Their last game was Mortal Kombat 10, which I greatly enjoyed. So I was kind of excited for this one. This is the sequel to Injustice 1, which I didn't play. However, I did watch the story mode so I can understand what was going on in the story, and that is one of the reasons why I was looking forward so much to this game, was for the story mode. NetherRealm goes all out for their story mode, for their fighting games. They do things that no other studio does for their story, and you can tell they pumped a lot of money into this whole game. So I'm just going to show off kind of like the first fight in story mode to give you a taste of what it's like. A lot of cutscenes. It's almost like a movie interspersed with fights. There are 12 chapters. I'm not going to spoil what happens in it. This is just chapter 1 as the beginning. Kind of takes place before Injustice 1 happens, so it's kind of like a prequel. And each of the chapters are usually play as a new character. So chapter 1 you play as Batman, another chapter you'll play as Flash. There are even chapters where there's two characters and then you can kind of switch in between. Some you can choose to play as like Black Canary or Green Arrow, which is pretty cool, and kind of diverging paths, because like sometimes you can choose one and then choose the other and stuff, and it's really interesting. Now for the fighting, you can see you have your health bar at the top. There's obviously 2 lives like most fighting games. You have your meters burn at the bottom left. You fill that up by doing attacks and getting attacks, and then you can kind of like use your super moves to do better, like they'll do more damage and things like that. And if you fill it up all the way, you'll be able to access the character's super moves. So each of the characters have a super move. As you can tell, I have filled mine up completely. That's what happens. And if all you gotta do, it's pretty simple. You just press in right trigger and left trigger, and if the attack lands, you will do a pretty awesome, really devastating, super cool looking finishing move. Although it doesn't kill him, it does a lot of damage. I mean, you saw there how much damage it did, and now he's gonna do his, Cyborg is gonna do his super move to me. But man, the combat is really fluid in this game. I really enjoy playing it. Some characters I'm way better at, like I'm way better with the Flash than I am with other characters, but there's a lot of different characters to choose from in the game, and the story mode is definitely the pinnacle, the absolute pinnacle for me. I loved it. I'm not going to spoil it. You guys need to play it. Don't skip the cutscenes because they are great. It's kind of a little bit over the top, but oh my god, I was enthralled. I did the story mode in one sitting. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. Now here's the character select screen. You can see all the different characters we got. We got a lot of characters from all across the DC universe, all the different heroes, and then we even got villains too, which is actually pretty interesting. There's the pre-order character, Mr. Darkseid. And then, of course, you got like Captain Cold, he's a newcomer. Joker's back again. There's Superman. A lot of different characters to choose from. They're going to have a lot of DLC. So you might find your character. A lot of people I know pick mains and then they're secondary. But I'm just going to show off the animations because the animations in this game are great. So when you select like the character and you pick, I love this little slight animation here. One character attacks the other attacks back. It is these little slight nuances that really make this game so fantastic. So here we go. Here's the things you can choose from the game. We have the single player portion, where I've spent most of my time playing through the story mode. So you can play it through the story, you can single fight against the CPU, the multiverse, which we'll get into in a minute. Of course, then you have multiplayer at home, you can do versus, you can do an AI battle simulator, which is kind of interesting, where it's just like it automatically fights. Of course, you have the online with all the random stuff you can do, ranked player, you know, all that different stuff, King of the Hill, customizing the characters, because this game is all about loot. It is all about loot, and we're going to talk about that here. So this is Brother Eye Vault. This is where you can come and decode your mother boxes, which will give you the new loot for your characters, right? And the loot you get that actually has attributes to it, right? You have your bronze, your silver, your gold, your platinum, and your diamond, and each one of these things which you get some for completing the story, but the majority of these you'll get by doing the multiverse, which I'll have a section devoted to that. So as you can tell, it's all about every time you fight, you level up your characters. There's also always a chance. Ooh, I got some epic gear there from one of my things. That's pretty badass. But what was I saying? Every time you fight, ooh, am I going to open up the diamond one here? Let's see what we get in our diamond pack. Ooh, look at all that epic stuff. Pretty badass equipment. Yeah, so every time you fight in the game, there's always a chance that you'll get gear at the end. You always earn credits, you level up your characters. You can then use the credits to buy the mother boxes if you so desire. You can buy the bronze, silver, and gold kinds, right? And then you get the equipment. So when you come over here to customize your characters, you can see I've been playing a lot with Flash. I'm level 7. I have a bunch of different things for him, and I'm going to equip one of the things I just got in the mother box to make my Flash better, to have him have more health, deal more damage, take less damage. So every time you fight, there's always a chance that you can get gear for your character that is better. And of course, each of the characters have different shaders that you can do to make your Flash your very own, so your Flash will be different than, you know, someone else's Flash, and I find that stuff to be super cool. Getting loot is really cool in this game. I've gotten a lot of mother boxes. I really haven't felt the need to actually purchase any, which is cool. I know you can purchase them with real money, but like I've gotten so many that I haven't really felt the need to. Of course, if you are willing to drop the money on it, I'm sure you could. I'm not really sure if this affects online play. I think it does, but I don't know if it really affects it in that much. But here's another big portion of the game, and it's the multiverse. So these are all time challenges. Some are for hours, some are for a day, some are for a month or whatever, and they all offer different things. Some of these, when you complete, you'll get rare items there for, like, I think that was for Cyborg, but they also have like little stories. You can read the top of it. At the very top, they'll tell you about what is going on in this infinite universe and what is particularly going on at this planet. Like this one, it's the Emperor Joker. Joker has basically become king, and you have to defeat him. And look at all that cool stuff you get. You get some rare and epic Batman loot if you do these towers. This is basically the towers in like Mortal Kombat, but you get rewards. You get the mother boxes, you get epic gear, and it's always changing. And there's always these modifiers that they put into the game, which I'm going to show off here in a minute. This is a dark side one, right? I've actually done a couple of these. You get some rare dark side loot, and you got to take down the boss, which is Superman. But the cool thing about Multiverse is it always keeps it fresh. Each one of these things, yes, you get rewards for beating it, but also there is modifiers, right? So this one we're going to be doing here, I'm going to be picking the Flash, and it's just of 3 fights. And as you can tell, there's 2 modifiers, something to do with gravity and the zoom thing, right? It's not your typical you just get in there and fight. There's always some sort of modifier that makes the fights interesting. And I love these introductions that they do to each of the fights. The dialogue is pretty unique for every kind of like character combination you can think of. I actually like watching these. I'm sure at some point I will get turned off by it. But yeah, you can see, like, you have the zoom modifier on. Not only is Flash super fast, but shows Poison Ivy. So the fights are even way more quick and more interesting than before. But I really like that multiverse because you get rewarded for doing a lot of things you would normally do. And then you have these different modifiers, and of course, as you fight, you always have the chance to earn loot in the game, which is awesome. Now, achievements and trophy-wise. The list isn't too difficult. You can get a lot of the achievements naturally. Most of the achievements are basically use one character's power against another character's power to beat them. There's a lot of those. You do got to reach level 35. Overall, I think I'm level 25. There is an achievement for winning some ranked matches. I'm not so good at ranks, so that might be difficult for me, but the longest ones will probably reach the max rank with every character, although that wouldn't be so bad. But yeah, everything about this game is really amazing. The animations are top-notch. The loot system is really cool. I like always getting new stuff to make my character better and unique in comparison to other people's. The game looks fantastic, runs great. I mean, this is one of the best looking games, especially fighting games out there, in my opinion. I really, really enjoy everything about this game. There really isn't that many, too many negatives. I mean, for one, I'm not very good with it, so I mean, I don't know if that's a negative or just my lack of skill at fighting games. But some of the loading times can be a little finicky, and of course, you know, this game is maybe necessarily isn't too, the online isn't too welcoming to noobs like myself. But I'm not really going to hold that against the game. Now, the story mode was my favorite part so far of playing it, and I have played it twice. There are like 70 fights in it, but yeah, this game, this is everything I wanted in a DC fighting game, and I am so happy that I got the chance to play this because it is fantastic. I can't wait, because you know they're going to be doing an Injustice 3 in a few years, and I absolutely can't. Well, actually, no, probably they're going to do Mortal Kombat 11 in a few years. So it's going to be a few more years after that until Injustice 3. But man, what a fantastic fighting game. The laundry list of characters, the DLC characters that are coming out seem pretty cool, although I'm probably not going to buy those. I don't necessarily buy that type of stuff, but everything's here for a fighting fan. And I'm not a fighting fan, like I said, but I am a DC fan. Like, I love the DC universe, so playing with all these characters is a ton of fun for me. Now, like I said, I'm coming at this as a casual fighter's perspective, so I don't really know if the game's really great on a technical level, like the fighting game circuit, if, you know, it would do well at EVO or anything like that, but all I know is I'm having a blast playing the game, and I can't wait to get the rest of the achievements and play some of my friends online. With that said, we're gonna give this game a review score of 9. It is absolutely a fantastic fighting game, maybe the best one I've ever played. Definitely up there with Mortal Kombat 10, of course, by NetherRealm. That game was fantastic, although it is missing. One of the things here is the fatalities. They don't let you kill the DC universe, and they don't let you do those like X-ray moves, obviously because they don't want to show DC characters getting killed or maimed in those ways. The super moves and stuff are pretty cool, but they're you know, there's no comparison to the fatalities of Mortal Kombat 10. So I like this game a lot better than Killer Instinct, which is another fighting game that I actually do like. And I like this just as much as Mortal Kombat 10. I think if you are looking for a really fun, engaging, really cool story mode, then this game's for you. I know it's out for $60 right now, but I'm sure if you don't have the money, you can just wait till it's on sale and pick it up. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this review of Injustice 2. If you did, hit that like button, consider subscribing for more content, and I will see everybody later.